The CEO of a billion-dollar business is in damage control after his affair with a colleague was exposed.
His name, is Andy Byron, B-Y-R-O-N, and he's the CEO of a company called Astronomer, and that is his chief people officer. Is that what we're calling HR now? That is so weird.
The chief people officer, Kristen Cabot. Chief people officer.
Chief people officer, Kristen Cabot, C-A-B-O-T. The problem here is that Andy Byron is married to someone other than Kristen Cabot.
We're going to continue to expand.
Welcome back to Nick Knows Hollywood. The mystery's over. We finally know who leaked Kristen Cabot's wild, no-filter text to CEO Andy Byron. It wasn't some hacker in a basement. It was Andy's wife, Megan Byron. Honestly, good for her. She caught her husband looking squirmy on the kiss cam with Kristen, like a kid who knows he's about to get grounded. So Megan grabbed his phone and uploaded all the cringeworthy texts for the world to see. And thank God she did, because Kristen Cat completely lost it online afterward. Now everyone's watching the fallout. On July 17th, at the Coldplay concert at Gillette Stadium, the crowd was singing Fix You. The kiss cam landed on two people who definitely aren't supposed to be kissing, at least not in public. Kristen Cat, head of HR, tried to hide her face. Andy Byron, former CEO of Astronomer, looked down fast, like he saw a ghost, or maybe just his wife.
Get the Epstein files. I want to see the text messages of that Astronomer CEO that got caught cheating at the Coldplay concert.
I would pay to be a fly on the wall in the office.
This is pretty viral stuff. Or do we have to get HR involved? I mean, I know that HR was involved.
A cheating couple on the Jumbotron at the Coldplay concert. Holy sh!
A CEO has been sacrificed, which officially marks the beginning of summer.
So who handles it when HR is part of the problem?
Your side. Lovers only at Coldplay.
Come on, use your brain. How are you a CEO and not using your brain?
The way that this man embarrassed his wife so publicly, he should be ashamed and put in jail, and put this other one in jail too.
Don't cheat on your wife. That makes you a scumbag. Let's just start there. Full stop.
It would appear the future of his marriage doesn't look as exciting.
I feel like this isn't a good way, and if you're gonna get caught cheating, it shouldn't be like this.
Well, maybe he should have thought of that before he was cheating.
You're gonna blame Chris Martin for what you did? You're gonna place blame on Coldplay for your infidelity and transgressions with a higher up at your company, of which you are the CEO? Child, please.
17 minutes. I just saw a video that said it was 17 minutes between the time the Coldplay concert footage hit the internet and those people.
The laughter from the audience was explosive, the kind that fills a room and spills out into the world. It didn't just echo in the theater. It rippled through every corner of social media within minutes. Memes, screenshots, reaction videos. It all went viral before the lights even came back on. Andy's marriage? Finished. Everyone could see that, but this wasn't the end of the story. It was the spark that set off something much bigger, because it wasn't just a few people watching. It was a full house, a live streamed event, and an online audience that stretched into the millions. While the world was still buzzing, Megan Byron was sitting on her couch, calm but focused, a half-full glass of wine resting in her hand. She wasn't at the event. She didn't need to be. She had the live stream pulled up on her laptop, watching with the rest of the internet. Her expression didn't change much, but you could tell she saw everything she needed to. The moment her husband flinched just slightly, when the woman beside him leaned in for a kiss, Megan caught it. The hesitation in his face, the tension in his shoulders, the way he pulled back like he was suddenly aware of the camera. It told her everything, and not just her. Everyone watching saw it. She didn't need to call a private investigator. No long, drawn-out confrontation. The evidence wasn't hidden. It was right there, out in the open, broadcast in high definition, and archived forever. There were thousands, maybe millions of people who caught it all in real time. They dissected every second, zoomed in, clipped the moment, replayed it with captions. It didn't matter if Andy tried to deny it later. There was no coming back from this. The internet saw it. Megan saw it. And that moment, that look of panic on his face, sealed the truth more clearly than any confession ever could.
Okay, so there's a photo of them, right? This is their little tech company. This is Andy Byron. And right down here is the chief people officer.
Who, again, the irony of her being head of HR, and he has 2 children.
I think cheating is an abomination, okay? And this man has a wife, he has children, these kids are gonna have to watch and see this. They don't look, I would be devastated if I was his wife.
You're when you go to court. When those two go to court to divorce their significant others, oh my God, that judge is gonna look at them and say, what happened? at a Coldplay concert on a Jumbotron, give them whatever they want. Double the child support, triple the Alamo.
Sleep your way to the top with your boss to get all your friends promoted and get you a nice fancy job title, then do not go to a Coldplay concert with him. Actually, you gotta be okay with going to an Applebee's. You gotta be okay with all your dates being at the Waffle House. So why are you at a high-profile concert with the man that you're having an affair with, who's the CEO of your company?
She's married too. Meet Andrew Cabot, reportedly her husband. They just bought a house together 5 months ago off the Atlantic coast in New Hampshire for $2.2 million. And he's the owner of a rum company, the CEO and COO of Privateer Rum. And reportedly, on her LinkedIn account that she's now deleted, she's on the advisory board for his rum company since 2020.
She cheated with one CEO with another CEO. Now, I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. If I finish that song, should I get fired? Like that guy from the MasterChef.
But apparently, this couple will not be fans of Coldplay for long.
They're both married, not for long.
Coldplay hasn't made a single in years, and now they just made 2 last night.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
What's going on with Kristen? What's going on with Kristen? Well, we finally do have an update.
The moment we have all been waiting for.
A few hours later, Kristen is texting as if she's trying out for a new version of the movie Fatal Attraction, acting overly obsessive. Message 1 hits at 3:47 a.m. Andy, are you awake? I can't sleep. I keep seeing that moment over and over. The way you looked at me or didn't look at me. I'm spiraling here. It was obvious she's a girl. Everyone noticed it. It's permanently online. You're super popular on TikTok for something that went terribly wrong at work. Just forget about it. But she keeps going. Next text, 3:51 a.m. You can't ghost me. Not after everything. I gave up everything for you, my marriage, my reputation, my peace of mind. You owe me a response. You quit your job, lost your pride, returned your ring, and ruined your image. All because of a guy who publicly rejected you. Megan even saved pictures of it all. And things get worse. By 4:30 in the morning, Christine is beyond desperate. She's in a really bad place. I'm scared, Andy. Really scared. Don't let this be the end of us. Tell me those late nights in your office meant something. Tell me when you said you loved me, you actually meant it. Wait a minute. This isn't a loving message. It's an extreme focus on makeup. Kristen is trying to manipulate a man who is already overwhelmed and regretting his life choices. And Megan is quickly saving this message even faster than a federal agent dealing with stolen data. Now it's not just infidelity, it's a tool for business advantage.
So basically, Coldplay does a part of their show that's called the Jumbotron song, where they, Chris Martin is on the stage alone and the camera people pan to people in the audience, and then Chris Martin makes up a song about them.
Well, look at my beautiful brother. You're very handsome, it's true. You make me wanna sing, what a sexy young king. Oh, and happy birthday to you. Yeah, oh, look at these two. All right, come on, you're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Then, a different message showed up at 5:15 a.m. said, "We talked about clearing space in our lives. You promised me we'd be together once the timing is right. You said your marriage was just for show, that you were only staying for the kids." Was all that a lie? Then, at 6:33 in the morning, Kristen uses her strongest move. If you walk away now, Andy, you're not just walking away from me, you're walking away from both of us. Think about that before you make any decisions you can't take back. Wow, Kristen just texted, "I might be pregnant," in a group chat where Andy's angry wife, who controls the chat legally, can see it. Andy, who always makes the wrong choices, immediately contacts his lawyer, hires a PR company to fix the mess, and tries to disappear completely. He blocks Kristen on everything, even deleting Candy Crush just in case. But the surprise is, she was never actually pregnant. No proof, just a crazy emoji-filled message to trick a man who already feels guilty. Then, Kristen shows up again, not in court or at her job, but in her yard. Photographers spotted Kristen at her expensive house, watering plants, not wearing a wedding ring, and looking like a regular housewife who was just kicked out of the school parent group.
And there's also been this whole debate online about whether it was right for these individuals to be, exposed and to have, their names released and all of that. And it's like, what did you think was gonna happen? Like, you went in public. It's not like you were inside your home having this affair and somebody was like outside from social media being like, what are they doing in here? Like, you were in publicly like kissing and hugging. You were at a public place where maybe you were going to be on camera. Like, that is just a risk. You might think that it's private because it's a dark concert, but often there are these cameras. There is social media everywhere. If you are somebody that is on X, on TikTok specifically, you should know, like, whether it's a good thing or not, everybody's filming all the time.
They've started calling her the garden snake on TikTok, and the internet hasn't held back. The comments are brutal. She walked away from a serious, respectable career and traded it in for a patch of grass, digging her hands into the dirt and trying to fix her life one petal at a time. Now, while she quietly tends to marigolds and marjoram, Andy Byron has disappeared from view, and Megan Byron, she's thriving. Kristen's in the garden every day now, like she's trying to bury the past along with the bulbs. She plants violets and lavender, maybe hoping the smell will mask the guilt. But on the other side of town, or maybe just through your screen, Megan Byron is living like nothing happened. She posts these Instagram stories, cool as ice, giving what feels like a masterclass in how to survive betrayal with style. She's got this one post where she practically whispers the truth. The person who will hurt you worst isn't a stranger, but someone who's kind to your face, who chats with your husband between meetings, who shares a joke in the hallway. And that sting, you can feel it. What's wild is she's not ranting, no drama, no tears, no all caps posts begging for sympathy. Megan's just sitting there, sipping her tea like it's nobody's business, telling the world exactly what went down without ever raising her voice. She lets it all unravel naturally, like she's not even trying to control the chaos. And honestly, you have to respect that. She's not fighting for attention. She's just letting the truth do the talking.
This is more than just an affair. This is something that has been building for years. You have to think about it. The corruption of this. The head of a billion-dollar company has the HR department in his back pocket.
In all seriousness, who handles the HR violation when your CEO cheats with the head of HR and the other person at the Coldplay concert with them is also HR and already knew about the affair and apparently, according to the internet, just got promoted? Did she get promoted because she knew about the affair and kept it quiet? Who can say? But either way, there's so many HR violations in that Coldplay video. And I desperately want to know how this is going to be handled from an internal basis, given that HR were involved in the scandal. Like, HR are usually the people to sort out the scandal and protect the company. And yet they are part of why there is a huge liability for the company right now, because this is so public. We'd never heard of Astronomer as a company. And now we're crazily familiar, and I can't even imagine the board meetings that they're having right now in trying to figure it out, because the level of crisis of this, the fact that there's like tens of millions of views on that one video alone, and that's not even including the way that it spread like wildfire across the entire internet.
By sunrise, everything at Astronomer had unraveled. The place was in shambles. Andy had gone completely silent, his Slack status dark, his name no longer popping up in channels where he used to run the show. People noticed, of course, but no one said much. The legal team had started murmuring about the SEC barely above a whisper, like even saying it too loud might summon trouble. And then there was Kristen. She wasn't just angry, she was volatile, like she was gearing up to take the entire company down from the comfort of her living room. Rumors swirled that she was planning to expose internal documents, blow open private conversations, maybe even dump classified material online if things got worse. The screenshots she dropped weren't just uncomfortable, they were damning. There were no vague comments or misunderstood jokes. These were direct statements, full of admissions and timelines, names and dates. Kristen claimed she'd covered for Andy during key board meetings, saying things she knew weren't true to keep him protected. She hinted that the SEC wasn't just a hypothetical problem. It was already involved, already looking into things. If even half of what she's saying holds water, this isn't just about someone quitting or getting fired. It's about sensitive financial details, internal investor updates, employee evaluations, information no one outside the company should ever see. The stakes shot up overnight. What started as a workplace dispute quickly mutated into something more serious. There's a real sense now that this isn't just a story about office politics or betrayal. It's become a legal crisis in slow motion, unfolding in messages, leaks, and the eerie silence of people who suddenly don't know what they're allowed to say. If Kristen really does have the kind of evidence she's hinting at, this could end with more than layoffs or reputation damage. It could end in courtrooms, in federal investigations, in headlines no startup ever wants to read its name in.
The 52-year-old was seen for the first time since the scandal. The Daily Mail exclusive with the photo of her, wedding ring off, watering plants outside her $2.2 million New Hampshire home.
Now, over on Facebook, while everybody was sending her these notifications, you can actually see Megan's full name over on Facebook. And then just about an hour, because you gotta make it official. Just about an hour ago, Megan had taken off the last name Byron off her Facebook because she knew what's up. She knew what that man was doing, going to embarrass her in the middle of the night. That's right, Megan. You take that man's last name off your Facebook so they know it's official.
Eagle-eyed observers online noted his wife has already changed her Facebook profile, removing her married name.
His wife has now deactivated her account. The wife later dropped her married name on her Facebook account. What a class act. Go, Megan. Get that divorce lawyer and get the money. Okay.
So I'm in HR and I'll tell you exactly what's happened in the last 12 hours with the CEO of Astronomer and the head of People, that they're having an affair and it's been found out. First off, she's already been scrubbed off the company website. But this is part of probably a very big investigation that is happening right now. They're dedicating a ton of resources to. But also, concurrently, while this is happening, because of all this media attention and social media attention that's been transpired, they need a response. Like, they have a PR crisis team just figuring out, all right, what do we say? What do we do? And, obviously, there's going to be heads that are probably going to roll right now. They're going to find out who knew, what was said. Were they doing this during company time?
At the same time, Megan Byron is right in the middle of it, and she's the one who kicked it all off. Her decision to leak those texts wasn't just revenge, it was strategy. In one move, she exposed Kristen's instability, Andy's weakness, and the rot inside Astronomer's leadership. Just like that, the truth went public. Now Megan's being celebrated online, with people calling her the real power player. She's getting applause for revealing the affair, while Kristen tries to move on, and Megan keeps taking down Andy's public image. The chaos isn't dying down, it's growing. But Kristen isn't done. If she decides to go further, she could destroy more than just Andy. She could take down the entire company. And none of this would be happening without Megan Byron. She lit the match, blew up the affair, and exposed the reality behind the scenes. This wasn't some love story. It was a slow motion disaster. The bigger problem? Kristen hasn't even shared everything. There are still emails, documents, and more that she's holding on to. If those come out, this story won't just be a scandal. It'll be a full-on crisis for Astronomer. As for where things stand now, Megan is clearly the one in control. Everyone else is scrambling, left to deal with the mess she created. Drop your thoughts in the comments. This isn't just a breakup, it's a deep mess. Was Kristen really falling apart, or was she using the whole thing to escape a relationship gone wrong? Was the pregnancy rumor true, or just a way to keep Andy from walking away? And honestly, did Megan just pull off one of the most calculated and ruthless revenge plays we've ever seen? If you were in her place, would you have gone public, or kept quiet and watched it all crash on its own? This is more than internet gossip. It's betrayal, exposure, and careers going up in smoke. We've got collapsing companies, snake emojis everywhere, and one woman calmly tearing it all down with a few taps on a phone. Hit like if you're backing Megan. Subscribe to keep up with all the details. And turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update. Whatever Kristen's holding on to, this story is about to blow wide open. Tell us what you think. We're watching the comments, and we know this one's going to get heated. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked this breakdown, check out my other videos at the top of the screen. Catch you next time. Stay sharp, stay safe, and keep it locked here. Only on Nick Knows Hollywood.